how do you fall in love with the game of business? Like the people that are fighting so much and that you know, what do they miss? Or is it just a matter of like who you are?
Yeah, I don't think you keep yourself coming back. I think business keeps you coming back. So it's like, why do you keep coming back to food? It's like, because it rewards you when you eat it. It's not like, how do I come back to it? It's like, it makes you come back, right? And so I think that it's a skill deficiency. And so the more skilled you are at something, the more ways you've figured out to be rewarded by that thing. And so if I'm a really good writer, then I have many different ways that writing rewards me. If I'm a very bad writer, there's very few. And so it makes it more difficult for the activity to be rewarding. And so the more skill, like if you want to succeed in business, then the goal is to pay down your ignorance as fast as humanly possible, which means you need to fail a lot in the beginning and keep your eye on the bigger prize, which is that if I fail and I continue and I learn, and that's the thing is it's not just about doing every day. You have to do, but you have to get better. And so if you're not taking the time to say, okay, well, Alex, I made 100 pieces of content, and no one ever says this because no one even does it. But like, I made 100 pieces of content in a row, and you look at the videos and it's just them selfie style and they click post, and they never look at any of the past videos. They said, see, I did post it 100 times. And you're like, did you look at which ones did better? Because if you post 100, one will have done better than the other 100. That's just math. And so then you look at what was different about that one. And you say, okay, how can I do more of that? And what was the one that got the least amount of views? Okay, how can I do less of that? And then you do that for the next 100. Now you have a feedback cycle. And so fundamentally, you just need to start, have a feedback cycle so you get better, and then not stop. And if you do that on a long enough time horizon, you win.
And for communities, that rep would be for the complete newbie outreach.
Yeah.
That until you have first bucket of your first 5 people, right?
For free.
And then you help.
Yeah. And you serve them for free.
And then you basically repeat. I think that's very doable for, should be very doable, right?
Yeah, get 5 people, help them for free, document. And if you don't feel good about how well you did with those 5, get another 5. Like the thing is it's up to you. You can choose whenever you want to start monetizing. And if you don't feel confident about how good you are yet, fine, then do another 5. Keep doing it until you get bored of getting results. Once you get bored of getting people results, then you're probably good enough. Because once you are bored of getting results, you will want to do it for money because you're like, somebody's got to pay me to do this.
And potentially also you have found like unique methodology, right? Sure. You see the patterns. So I loved what you said about sourcing kind of the things that you have not figured out yet from the community progress. That is also really, really genius. If you could not start any other business, you would lose it all. And tomorrow you had to start over and you could only use Skool. How would you get to that inevitable endpoint of, you know, you sitting in your office and you having that team?
So I would probably, so I have no reputation either, right?
Yeah,
so
nothing.
So what I would do is I would reach out to whatever, so if I'm allowed to have friends at this point, I don't know how little I have. Can I speak English? Okay, great. So if I have some of these basic things, then I would reach out to people that I know and I would deliver. Now, do I have skills that I have or no? Or do I know nothing?
Not many skills.
I'm just so used. I can use a computer. Right? Yeah. So I would have to have lived a life right at this point. And so either I have something that I'm interested in, I have some pain that I've overcome, or I have some sort of professional skill that I've developed. Then I reach out to people and I say, hey, can I do my professional skill for you?
What's the easiest professional skill to develop?
So when I say professional skill, a lot of times it's just like most people have had a job at some point. And so it's whatever job you had is usually a skill that you ended up learning. And so if I was an accountant, then I would say, hey, I can do your taxes for you. Right? And I did it for a company, but now I'm going to do this on my own. If I did video, I would say, hey, I can do your video for you. If I was I don't even know, a carpet layer, right? Then I could reach out to people and say, hey, like I can do your carpet for you. Right? Like it doesn't really, like whatever thing you did, the marketplace paid you to do it. So there's obviously value there. And that's just like an easy litmus test. But what I would do if I were on Skool is I would probably sell 1 times more than memberships in the beginning because you can generate more cash faster. And so I would do one-on-one stuff or small group stuff. I would sell bundles of calls and help. And I would sell them at, $500 to $5,000 in terms of the price point. And I would use that to generate cash. And then I would add my continuity in. And then I would use that cash to advertise to drive both. And so I would drive to the continuity most likely. And then I would upsell over phones. And I think the big thing that everyone's missing with, not everyone, but a lot of people are missing who are starting out is like, you have to be willing to hop on the phone.
Yeah.
And they're like, but that's not scalable at $10 a month. I'm like, dude, you have no members. It's completely scalable. Your time is completely free. Like you can't be busy and broke. Like you can have time, right? Or you can have money. You can't have no time and also not have money. Like you just trade one for the other, right? And so I would be hopping on the phone with people. And I mean, the simplest version of this is you have a free community. You have the one-time upsell that's inside the community. You drive people to the free thing. you provide value to them in the free thing, then you can upsell those people into the one-time thing.